guys, today's video, for some reason I decided to make a video of me reading a book. And that book is Spider-Man 2, Hands Off Doc Ock, based on the new movie. Even it says that on the book title, that the movie Spider-Man 2 came out in 2004. And I picked a short book. Okay. It was a perfectly normal morning in New York City. Sunlight glinted off the tall buildings, the sidewalks were crowded, and the streets were busy. It was a perfectly normal morning for Peter Parker, too. But normal for him was a little different. Peter lived a double life. Sometimes he was a regular guy, and then sometimes he was Spider-Man. Peter never knew when he'd have to swoop to stop crime. One day, Peter was in line at the bank, waiting to take out some money. Suddenly, his spider sense kicked in. He knew danger was near, and warned the other customers. Most of them huddled together on the floor. That's weird. But one of them was standing up. Peter wanted to warn him that he was in danger too. Before he could say anything, 4 medical tentacles ripped out of the man's coat. Oh no. He wasn't a customer at all. He was the new villain in town, Doc Ock. I remember him. He was robbing the bank. Peter knew it was time for Spider-Man to help. Doc Ock was once a famous scientist, but one of his experiments had gone terribly wrong. Now he had 4 deadly tentacles fused to his body. They were fused with him? I thought he just wore them. Doc Ock used his extra limbs to slash and crush his victims. Look at the picture. It looked like he just broke that dude's neck. Didn't it? Hopefully you can actually see that in the video. Spider-Man to the rescue. Peter put on his suit and leaped into action. Surprised no one saw him put on the suit. How dare you interfere with me, Spider-Man, Doc Ock growled. He hurled heavy bags of coins at Spider-Man. Spider-Man dodged one and then another. But Doc Ock was too fast for him. Soon Spider-Man crumpled to the floor. Wait, what? Doc Ock wrapped his tentacles around Spider-Man and squeezed, but he could not stop Spider-Man from firing a web at a massive desk. Spider-Man flung the desk at Doc Ock and sent him flying through a window. Okay. Doc Ock crash-landed onto the street. He roared in fury. He tossed the car in the air, then he grabbed a girl and scrambled up the side of a building. Surprised the girl is not at me. Spider-Man had stopped the robbery. Now he had to save the girl. Spider-Man fired a web and followed Doc Ock up. This dude can never catch a break, can he? Set her down, he shouted. Doc Ock bellowed, make me. So Spider-Man did. Spider-Man punched him and Doc Ock lost his grip on the building. To get it back, he tossed the girl to a ledge. She barely managed to grab it. I guess everyone can be Spider-Man. The girl was quivering with fear. She couldn't stay on for long. Spider-Man had to help her, but he still hadn't shaken Doc Ock. The bad guy slammed Spider-Man with 2 of his leather tentacles. His blow blasted Spider-Man through the side of a building. Spider-Man landed in an office. The people who worked there were surprised to see him. They were even more surprised to see Doc Ock. By one, his tentacles smashed through the floor, and the workers were terrified. Spider-Man had Doc Ock by one tentacle when he heard a scream outside. He looked toward the ledge. Doc Ock had grabbed the girl with one of his other tentacles. He waved her in the air. Lose something, he jeered. Spider-Man leaped toward the girl, and he was prepared for a fight, and Doc Ock was ready for him. Suddenly, the girl poked Doc Ock in the eye. Doc Ock screamed in pain and dropped her. Spider-Man caught her, and they soared away to safety. We showed him, said the girl when they landed. Spider-Man stared at me. He thought, but he didn't say a word. Spider-Man didn't mind sharing the credit. Saving people was just part of his job. It was perfectly normal. And that's the end of that book. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe, it really helps out. Bye.